Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is a game that I went in with a very open mind, knowing that this was going to be much different than any other Final Fantasy game. This wasn't going to be an RPG, action RPG type of game. This was going to be an action adventure, which was going to be a retelling of the original Final Fantasy game. I am a massive fan of Final Fantasy, massive fan of the first Final Fantasy game. When I heard they were going to be doing a hack and slash retelling of Final Fantasy 1, I was completely sold, even though I knew from the trailer that some of the dialogue was cringy as hell. I mean, the amount of time that they actually say chaos is absolutely insane.
All I care about is seeing Chaos dead. Chaos. When are we gonna fight Chaos?
I am to become Chaos.
We're here to kill Chaos.
Hey everybody, I am Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you guys are finding me for the very first time, please do me a favor, smash that like and subscribe button. This is my review on Strangers of Paradise. So this game, like I said, I went into with a very open mind. And for the first 5 hours or so, I was actually really enjoying the game. Although the dialogue was kind of cheesy and clunky, I actually liked the retelling of what they were doing. But then sure enough, as I was going further into this game, I realized that this game was pretty much just a repetitive one-note type of game where it's just you're going down these corridors, you're going down these dungeons, and you're just kind of just hacking and slashing to get to the end, and you're getting all types of loot that at the end of the day means absolutely nothing. I found the gameplay very, very repetitive and not fun at all. The leveling system, you level up your jobs instead of your character, so there's plenty of different jobs to choose from, whether you want to be a mage, a samurai, or even a regular swords fighter. You can be whatever you want to be, and you just level up those classes. The drops with the equipment, I think, is one of the biggest problems with this game, because you can't enjoy any of the equipment, because 5 minutes later you're picking up new equipment that's going to make your previous equipment obsolete. So you're automatically just clicking auto to automatically attach the best equipment that you can get at the time. There is no sense of enjoying the equipment or wanting to upgrade your equipment because you're constantly getting new equipment. There's no progressing when it comes to the equipment. You're just constantly getting new equipment and new versions of that equipment, and you're just basically just auto selecting the entire time, which makes the whole idea of the equipment system obsolete. The gameplay is extremely repetitive. You're just hacking and slashing through the entire game, and that's really it. There is no real strategy. There sometimes you block, sometimes you dodge, but other than that, you're just hacking, slashing, and absorbing these crystals from the enemies, and then you're moving on. One of the biggest gripes that I have with this game, and the fact that it is so repetitive, is there are certain quality and life improvements that this game needs that it does not have. There is no mini-map or map system in this game. You're going from dungeon to dungeon, area to area, and it's just corridor after corridor, upper level, lower level, secret passages, and it's easy to get lost, especially if you save the game, go away for a few minutes to go to the bathroom, and then you come back. You have no idea which direction you were just in. There is no compass telling you which way to go. There is no waypoint, no map whatsoever to indicate where you are going and where you need to go. You're just stumbling across the map trying to find the destination, and then just be lucky enough to go, oh hey, I haven't been here yet, I need to go here. And that is one of the biggest problems I have with the game. It makes it not fun. When the story is actually progressing and you get to understand more about these characters, then the story in the game becomes fun. But the problem is you are so aggravated by the repetitive nature of the gameplay, the horrible leveling up system, the fact that you have no mini-map or waypoint or any indication to tell you where you are on these levels and dungeons. It just makes it a dreadful experience to play this game. This was a game that I had pretty high hopes on. I knew going in it was going to be a hack and slash cheesy Final Fantasy retelling, and I expected that. But what I didn't expect was the gameplay to be so rinse and repeat, repetitive. And the fact that I have to go from dungeon to dungeon. There is no open hub that lets you go to the next area. You finish a level and boom, you get a 5-second cutscene and then you're on to the next level. And then you're just going through corridor after corridor. You know, and it's so repetitive. It just makes you feel like, hey, you know what? I don't really want to spend any more time playing this game, because it's the same thing over and over again. It doesn't do anything to kind of throw a wrench in the formula to make it worth playing. And that's my biggest problem with Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise. Was I like the idea of the retelling. I like the idea of these 4 warriors of light and them trying to stop chaos. As ridiculous as them saying chaos every 5 minutes, as ridiculous as that is, I'm willing to let that kind of slide if I'm enjoying the game. And there are moments when I'm taking out these big bosses, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then we get a cutscene that explains the story a little more. But then when I get armor that I absolutely like, I can't keep that armor because that armor's not good enough. And then I can go ahead and just dismantle stuff to upgrade armor. But you get armor so quickly, so much inventory, that you have to end up deleting stuff or dismantling stuff all the time just to try to upgrade your armor, and then that upgraded armor still isn't good enough than the armor that you're going to get in the next one. And the gameplay is just so repetitive. Hack, slash, heavy attack, light attack, absorb. It's just the same thing over and over and over, fighting against the same enemies over and over and over, and just going up and down through these mazes of dungeons and levels that you just get lost in. And you look at it and you're like, I'd rather be playing Elden Ring right now. I'd rather be playing Elden Ring or anything else other than this game. Square Enix, I feel, really dropped the ball with this game. They had an idea that I thought would work very, very well, a retelling of Final Fantasy, a game that I absolutely cherish, that I would love to see an actual remake or an actual real good retelling, but unfortunately, this isn't the game. Strangers of Paradise is a huge letdown, and for anybody who's thinking about picking it up, I will tell you, I think you should avoid it. I think this is the game you should absolutely avoid. Wait till it gets on sale for like 10-15 bucks at your local GameStop or eBay or something. Pick it up then, because right now this game is not worth the full price. This game is a massive waste of time, and I highly do not recommend it. Please avoid this game. Absolute train wreck of a game. Square Enix, you let me down, but that's my thoughts. Have you guys played Strangers of Paradise? Please leave those comments in the comment box below. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, smash that like and subscribe button. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.